eBay uses very sophisticated computer technology to extract personally identifiable information from your computer, and they do not tell you how or when it is happening. Of course, they must keep these techniques secret. Otherwise, people could easily circumvent eBay's restrictions. And finally, eBay relies on the fact that the great majority of people don't have the technical knowledge to figure out what is going on behind the scenes. Let's take a look at the mechanism of how eBay links accounts. Whenever a new account is opened, eBay looks at every single piece of information, including hidden electronic data. And if any information matches the information contained in a suspended account, that new account will be linked and suspended. It'll just go into a black hole.
These types of accounts that are created with the intention that eBay will not be able to link them are known by some pretty flashy names that remind you of secret agents, such as
stealth accounts, anonymous accounts, incognito accounts, and we've also heard suspension-proof accounts. Now this last one is misleading because there's no such thing as a suspension-proof account. You can make an account link-proof, but you can't make an eBay account suspension-proof. This is impossible because if you violate their policy, eBay can suspend your account at any time they feel like, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. We, on the other hand, prefer to call them by a less fancy name, but one that describes what they really are. We call them unlinkable accounts. Here's how an unlinkable account works. As we showed you before, whenever you open a new account, eBay compares certain pieces of information and checks to see if they match any suspended account in their database. However, in the case of an unlinkable account, no data will match and eBay cannot link it to any previously suspended account. eBay will then assume it's a new member and will approve this new account with full rights as a new eBay member.
You now have an unlinkable account.
It's a full-fledged, brand new eBay account with no negative feedback, no disputes, no bad history, no baggage whatsoever. It's got a perfectly clean slate, and you can use it to buy or sell as a brand new eBay member. Now, there are 3 ways to obtain unlinkable accounts. 1 is to buy pre-made accounts from someone else. 2 is to pay someone for support. And 3 is to learn how to do it yourself. Let's analyze the advantages and disadvantages of each of these options. The first one is buying a pre-made account from someone else. Let's consider the advantages of buying pre-made accounts. 1, it is quick. And 2, you don't have to spend any time learning how to do it. But it has the following disadvantages. 1, you will have to change some of the personal information the pre-made account was opened with. A pre-made account had to have been opened with some personal information, such as an address, phone number, credit card, etc., which will probably not be what you need. Therefore, you will have to change at least some of it to suit your needs. This will draw attention to that account and make eBay take a closer look at it. And this is never a good idea. 2, You might not know the full history of that account. Did the person that created it really know what they were doing? Are they a computer network professional that understands all the technical issues? Or are they just some guy or girl that thinks they know what they're doing because they figured out a few things by trial and error? Did they keep a careful record of every IP address they used when creating and using that account? Is that record available to you? 3. Your computer will still send out hidden electronic information to eBay. Even with a fresh new pre-made account, if you don't learn how to set up your computer so it will not send out hidden information, you will soon have to kiss your expensive new pre-made account goodbye. 4. A pre-made account by itself is not enough. Without the required knowledge, it's only a matter of time that you will get suspended again. You still need to fully understand how to keep an account from getting suspended for reasons other than linkable information. Otherwise, you will just blow the money you just spent on your pricey new pre-made account. And 5, it can get expensive. Because you haven't learned how to create unlinkable accounts yourself, if and when the pre-made account you bought gets suspended, you'll have to buy another one. How many pre-made accounts do you want to buy before you decide to learn how to do it yourself? The second approach, paying someone for support. This is where some guy that sells or has sold on eBay before got suspended and then figured out a few things by trial and error. Then they set themselves up from their home as experts to give you support. What they do is they charge you for their time and they walk you through creating a stealth account. We call this the mentor approach. The advantages of the mentor approach are: 1. You don't have to spend any time learning how to do it. 2. If the mentor knows what they're doing and you trust the mentor, you don't have to be afraid of making a mistake because he or she will walk you through the whole process. Disadvantages: 1. It is the most expensive of the 3 approaches. 2. Your lack of knowledge and fear of making a mistake keeps you dependent on the mentor. 3. You will have to pay the mentor every time you have a question or need help. 4. The mentor might not always be available when you need an answer quickly. If you need to make a decision, you have to wait until the mentor gets back to you. And, depending on how available and responsive your chosen mentor is, his answer might come in too late. 5. It is not in the best interest of the mentor to tell you everything he knows. A mentor will usually feed you only the amount of information you absolutely need at the moment for 2 reasons. 1 is for your sake, because it will cost you more money for his time if he starts giving you more information than you need. And the other is for his sake, because if he shows you everything he knows, you won't need him anymore. Or, if he's willing to do it, he can teach you everything he knows, but it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. 6. You could misunderstand or forget something the mentor said. Unless you record every conversation with him or keep and organize every single email, you might not have a clue what it was he said 6 months ago. So you would have to pay him to have him tell you again. 7. You will have to contact and pay the mentor to get updates. These updates are regarding changes in eBay or PayPal's operations which would affect the opening and using of unlinkable accounts. Some mentors downplay guides and manuals. What they usually say is that guides or manuals don't get updated. This is true if the publisher of the guide has gone out of business, but otherwise they do get updated. And not only that, the updates are usually free and you get notified about it without you having to check. Whereas with a mentor, you have to contact him to find out if there has been an update, and then you have to pay him for his time. It's logical that mentors would be threatened by guides or manuals because a complete and detailed manual written by professionals that is easy to understand will teach people what the mentor knows. And if people can learn from a guide or manual everything the mentor knows, they don't need support. The third approach, learn to make them yourself. Let's take a look at the advantages. Number 1, never need to pay for a pre-made account. You will never need to pay anyone to sell you a pre-made account that only took them a few minutes to create. 2, since you will know what they know, you will never need to pay anyone for advice or help. 3, you will be totally independent and will have the knowledge and confidence to create your own unlinkable accounts. 4, no need to change the personal or profile information like it's necessary with a pre-made account. You can open your own accounts with the information you need right from the start, so you don't have to draw eBay's attention unnecessarily. 5, no limits on the number of accounts you can open. Because you know how, you can open as many accounts as you like, anytime you like, for free. 6, you can afford to experiment and burn accounts because you know how to open more. 7, you will not be affected by eBay's initial 10 item per month limit. Instead of paying even more money to buy a pre-made account without the 10 item per month limit, if you know how to open unlinkable accounts yourself, you can just open as many additional accounts as you need and sell 10 items from each, until together it totals as many items per month as you want to sell initially. Then, when the limit is lifted off one of those accounts, you can sell all your items off of that one, and you still have the other accounts as backups. 8, having a manual enables you to refer to it anytime you need to. By having a written manual in your possession, you can go back to it whenever you forget something or need to perform any step-by-step procedure. This gives you the peace of mind that you're doing it correctly every time. 9, you can sell pre-made accounts to others. You can create an inventory of unlinkable accounts to sell to others. In other words, you can turn the tables around and even become a pre-made account seller yourself. 10, now you can be a mentor. With this knowledge and after some experience, you can charge money to help other people to open unlinkable accounts and so even become a mentor yourself. 11, it only takes a couple of hours to learn. This is not rocket science or a college course. If anyone is trying to convince you that this is something very complex and that you need help in order to do it, it will always be someone that is either trying to sell you pre-made accounts or trying to sell you mentoring or support services. And 12, it's cheaper than buying pre-made accounts or paying for support from a mentor. Disadvantages. 1, you do need to spend a couple of hours reading. It's a disadvantage because some people don't like to read. 2, you have to take a few minutes to actually open the accounts. Okay, let's check the scores. It looks like number 3 wins, 12-2.
The best approach, learning to open unlinkable accounts correctly yourself. There is no substitute for knowledge. It empowers you to become independent. Once you know how to create unlinkable accounts, you can then open as many unlinkable accounts as you like, each as if you were different people. And here's a little secret. A secret that pre-made account sellers and the mentors don't want you to know. And it's this. Even though the detection techniques used by eBay are very sophisticated, the things you actually need to do to create unlinkable accounts are actually not that hard. In fact, they are easy to learn and easy to do. But don't get too comfortable. Remember, you are dealing with one of the largest global corporations in the world. So you need to learn from experts that are at least as good as the experts that eBay has hired. Now, we don't pretend to be experts at how to sell on eBay. You can read someone else's book for that. But we're experts at what we do. The Back on eBay manual has all the information you need to create unlinkable accounts. It is a detailed and complete manual. It was written by computer network professionals whose day job is working with internet servers. This manual has techniques you won't find anywhere else. It is written in plain language so anyone can understand. It has step-by-step instructions like painting by numbers so you can't go wrong. If you can follow microwave cooking directions, you'll be able to create unlinkable accounts. The Back on eBay manual will give you all the information you need to create your own unlinkable and stable eBay and PayPal accounts and keep your accounts safe from future suspension. Some of the specifics that you will learn with our manual are: how is it that eBay is able to link accounts? How do they know? We'll tell you exactly what happens. All the ways in which eBay and PayPal spy on you and how to handle it. How to prevent your computer from betraying you by revealing hidden electronic data that eBay uses to link you. This is what most trial and error amateurs don't have a clue about. Opening unlinkable accounts versus reinstatement. Why it's always better to open a new unlinkable account than to try to work it out with eBay to reinstate your old account. What name and personal information to use and what not to use. How to ensure all information is verifiable by both eBay and PayPal. Where to get the best phone numbers to use for eBay phone verification. What addresses to use and which not to use. You must choose your address carefully. Why not to use just any email service. We show you what email service is the safest to use with eBay and PayPal and the reason for it. How to get a virtual bank account with a routing and account number that is 100% verifiable by PayPal. The best and cheapest way to get a virtual credit card which is 100% verifiable by PayPal with any name, address, and phone number you like, and which will allow you online access to your statement where you can see PayPal's confirmation code. Understanding how IP addresses really work and how changing your IP address to just any different one without a clear understanding of how IP addresses work can get your account suspended. We tell you how to do it correctly so your account will be stable. How advice by amateurs will get you into trouble. Advice by people who think they know what they're doing because they found a few things by trial and error but have no professional training do not fully understand what eBay's servers are capable of. Network security is a robust technology that is far too sophisticated for someone to figure out how to defeat by simple trial and error. How telling you to clean your cookies is bad advice. We show you the right way to handle regular cookies and the newer type, the super cookie, also called local shared objects, which most people are not even aware they exist. The correct sequence of steps to follow so you don't waste time. Every step is clearly laid out in the correct order that you should do things. How to behave while logged into eBay to avoid unnecessarily calling attention to your new account. You could set everything up correctly and have a perfect unlinkable account, and you can blow it by doing the wrong things when you're logged into eBay. We show you what to do and what not to do. Never again worry or care about getting suspended. You will see how fear and worry will be a thing of the past. How to make money selling unlinkable accounts. Since you will know how to create as many unlinkable eBay and PayPal accounts as you like, you can sell them to others and make money doing that. You will have a better understanding than most so-called mentors. For the most part, people you see online giving advice on eBay and PayPal are usually experienced eBay sellers, but they are amateurs as far as computer technology goes. Their confidence comes from having learned a few tricks by trial and error. By learning from network security professionals, your knowledge will be such that now you could be a real mentor. The Back on eBay manual is updated every time there is an important change in eBay or PayPal that can affect your ability to open or use unlinkable accounts. And you can always update to the latest version free for life. And your satisfaction is guaranteed with our 30-day 100% money-back guarantee as follows. If you are not able to open an unlinkable eBay and PayPal account for both buying and selling by following the step-by-step methods in our manual, contact us within 30 days of purchase and we will refund every penny you paid. Back on eBay is your step-by-step instruction manual for your road back to buying and selling on eBay after a suspension. To buy and instantly download the Back on eBay manual, please go to www.backonebay.com.